Good morning from a very frosty pontoon. I'll get this de-iced a bit and I'll bring you back with me. Good morning again, and just look at this for a morning. It is completely stunning. Cold, but stunning. Yesterday was quite hideous. For anybody that knows the South Devon area, I was at Torcross, Slapton Line yesterday. It was all gnarly and horrible. Tomorrow is not forecast to be very good, and then Sunday, the day after, 50 knots of wind and heavy rain all day. So yeah, taking advantage of a little weather window. Haven't really got a plan. There's plenty of options which are probably a little bit too ambitious for a neap tide day in mid-December, and I've only got about 3.5 hours on the water, but yeah, you've got to take advantage of a weather window like this. I'm also using the salt air to hopefully get rid of the last of a bit of man flu, so if I'm a bit croaky and I'm sniffing and coughing through the video, apologies in advance. Yeah, not the coldest part of the country, but it was -2 this morning. I don't know if you can see the frost there still on top of the cuddy, and there's a cloth that was left on board last time, and I still can't see anything out of the windows. But apart from that, it's absolutely glorious, and if you dress properly, it's not even that cold, as long as the wind doesn't get up. So yeah, I'm going to get down towards the bottom of the estuary and have a look. I've got one rod with some sabikis on it, I've got one rod with some squid jigs on it, so I might have a little go for that. The water temperature is 5 degrees up in the estuary. That's mainly the fresh water coming down towards the bottom of the estuary with a bit of salt water mixing. If that's up close to 10, I might try at the bottom of the estuary for whatever's about on the sabikis. Probably not a lot this time of year, and chancing for a squid at the bottom of the estuary. Failing that, I'll have a look, see what the sea conditions are like. I'm not going to go far out to sea. I haven't really got the time, and I don't think the weather will support it. Yesterday's weather, and with what's coming, there's big systems out in the Atlantic, so it's not worth the journey going out to the reefs, etc., or any wrecks which are a little bit further out. So I'll get to the bottom of the estuary and we'll see what's about. See you there. Morning. Just filming for the view. Just coming around a point called Snipes, around the corner into Salcombe, and hopefully it'll come out all the smoke on the water going up South Pool Creek. What a morning! Bottom of the estuary. It is glorious here. No wind, sun's out, but the horizon does not look appetizing at all. So yeah, we'll be definitely staying close to shore today for the brief window. So winter fishing can be glorious, but it can also be hard work. Limited with daylight, limited with weather, obviously. And there tends to be fewer fish about. So got some sabikis on there. Absolutely nothing showing on the sounder. There's a little bit of bird activity, and I've just got a couple of squid jigs on this one. They may or may not be about. We have got yeah, just over 10 degrees water temperature, so it's the right time of year for them. Some of the areas further out to sea produce lots and lots of squid, but yeah, there's no way you're getting them today. All I've got here, little 2-ounce lead, had this on last time actually, for anybody who watched the last video. Standard squid jig off a 3-way swivel, and then a little bit higher up just the same thing, different coloured squid jig. You can fish them pretty much like mackerel feathers. Just gently jig them, gently reel them in and out. If the squid are there, if they're very aggressive creatures, and then just have it on a really light drag. So the squid jigs don't actually have hooks and barbs, that sort of thing. They've just got some backwards facing spikes. Once the squid hangs onto those, just keep a bit of constant pressure on. If it wants to pull, that's why the light drag is there. It can pull a little bit. That is the theory. We're only in 9 metres of water here, just at the mouth of the estuary. Those gulls behind me, they're fighting over a little eel, one of them had by the look of it. So plan for today, give it 10 or 15 minutes here, see if there's anything about. Excuse me. We're about an hour away from high water, so at that point I might stick a lure on and see if there's any bass around. It's mid-December, so it's close season for bass, so just fishing for the fun of it. Yeah, I'll switch on if anything comes about. So no good in the estuary, no good close inshore casting for bass and pollock and the like. So I've come as far out as I'm going to come today, about a mile out, just a piece of rough ground in 42 metres of water, and very much than large with what I'm putting down there. Got some sabikis on the back, and as it's slack water, I'm going to try a slow jig. Not hoping for anything in particular really out here, anything will do. It's a bit of rough ground, so there could be all sorts down there. Probably better off with bait, but I haven't got any. Hopefully you can see this. I'm just trying to show you what I mean by rough ground. So this is the last drift over this outcrop here. The next drift, that's the line of drift, obviously. So I'm hoping to fish this rocky outcrop here. So like I said, just a patch of rough ground. So if the angle's the same, we'll drift nicely over this facing edge, and then over the steepest bit to the top of the screen, which you might be able to see there. So we'll give that drift a try, see if that did any good. Well, that's fished that ground exactly where I wanted to. The sabikis produce nothing, which tells me there's no small fish feeding. The slow jig produced nothing, which tells me there's no big fish feeding. Just swap this over. So did exactly what we set out to achieve. Fished that patch of rough ground nicely. The ground rose to 29 metres over the shallowest point. We're back in 41 metres now. So it fished it well, but produced nothing. Just in case I edit out my previous comment, winter fishing can be hard sometimes. Especially when you've got a small time window, only 3.5 hours. So I'm going to, as I've come this far out, just a mile or so, one of my favourite points for summer mackerel is not very far away. So I'm going to swap over to some mackerel feathers, pop over there on the very slim chance that there are some winter mackerel hanging around. Give that a go for 10 or 15 minutes, and then if that produces nothing, might pop back in the harbour and just have a cast around the entrance to the harbour, see if there are any bass about. Alright, that's the plan. It's another failed attempt, I have to report. I wasn't really that hopeful of a mackerel be honest, but I fished the speakies and the mackerel feathers close to the ground, hoping that a gurnard might have broke the blank, but not to be. So I've pretty much come to the end of where I wanted to drift on this one, so I'm going to rehook with that Biscay minnow and head back into the estuary, see if there's anything doing there. Fingers crossed. But even if we end up with nothing, it's 3.5 hours on the water. Look at this for a view. Beautiful bit of coastline between Praw Point and Bolt Head. So yeah, it's a lovely little time on the water. Bit of respite from being on land, but I'll re-rig, head back in, and hopefully we can break the blank. Give this a little try here. Saw a dolphin on the way back in. It was only a glimpse, so I couldn't share it with you, I'm afraid, but if you don't catch a fish, that's made my day. Well, I did say that winter fishing was hard, and there we are. It has taken me until mid-December to blank for the first time in the year. Had days of 4 catches, days of not expecting where I want to be, but a complete blank. Yeah, this is the first one. So not to worry, it's a beautiful day for the winter. Yeah, really nice day of winter fishing. Still frost on the beaches, you'll be able to see it, I don't think. Still frost on the beach. Yeah, no fish to be caught. I think the salt air's done the man flu good, so we've achieved something. That's all done good. Looking at the weather coming up and what time I've got available, that's probably going to be my last trip, certainly before Christmas, probably for this year. So thank you for watching. Have a fantastic Christmas, and I will see you for some decent winter fishing, hopefully, in the new year. Cheers. Hope you enjoy this little trip up the river. I just wanted to add a little voiceover. Firstly, to say sorry for the awful sound quality at the end of that video. I'm still learning, and hanging the GoPro over the side to get good light doesn't do a lot for the sound quality. So yeah, still learning. Sorry about that. Anyway, just wanted to thank you for watching over the year. My first year of going fishing with a GoPro in my hand. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks to those that subscribe. If you haven't, you can do that if you want, and you'll see when the next video comes out in the new year. Thanks also to everybody that's added comments. That lets me know what you like, what you don't like. Hopefully we'll have another good year next year. But otherwise, have a fantastic Christmas. Thanks again for watching. Just coming up on the mooring now, so I will see you again in the new year. Cheers.